from Dallas, Texas. Welcome to This Week at Champion, hosted by Elvis Anderson and Anthony Manzo.
Hi from Dallas, Texas, Champion Equipment Finance headquarters. I am Elvis Anderson alongside Anthony Manzo with today's top story.
So, Elvis, this has been something that we've been seeing a lot in the national media lately. We've been seeing both sides of an honestly confusing story. So what is the real story with our economy? Now, inflation, depends on if you're watching one newscast or another newscast. It's terrible. Other sides are, oh no, it's great. Now, let's just look at the numbers, okay? If we go back to February of 2021, inflation was at 1.7%, and that was actually 0.3% below what they consider acceptable inflation or the benchmark for inflation. Now, the next month, very next month, March of 2021, it actually jumped almost a full point to 2.6%. And then in June of 2022, just over a year later, we were at the highest we've been in this actual century at 9.1%. And today, we're at we don't have August numbers, but last month we were at 3.2% inflation, which is actually 1/10 of a point higher than June. So what does that say? Is inflation getting better? Is it getting worse? Well, we all know that it's still inflation and we're still paying more for everyday products and it's harder to spend money on and get a value. The next part is unemployment. Now, this is kind of the antithesis of the inflation. In the last 12 months, we've had a high of 3.7% and a low of 3.4%, which are all historic lows in unemployment. So where do we go? Good, bad? Who knows? The Federal Reserve. Now, we've talked about this many times and on many shows, is right now at 5.5%, the overnight lending rate, okay, with one or two more hikes actually in line, according to Forbes. So what does that mean? And the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is at the highest it's been in 22 years. Now, today in Dallas, Texas, no points on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with 20% down and a better than 700 credit score.
What are we getting?
8.095.
Okay.
But let's compare that to 1981 when it was 17.1%, same parameters. Yeah. So one thing that I've noticed through a lot of my experience in equipment lending and small business equipment lending is that the prices of the products are coming down, even if your interest rates are a little bit higher. Yeah. And we've touched on this before, Elvis. It is an excellent time to continue to buy equipment because it's better to have money in the bank in troubled times than money on the street.
That's for sure. I would agree with you there. We watch the Federal Reserve's press conferences. We listen to every word that Jerome Powell says during one of his 8 press conferences a year when they release the updates from their meetings.
Yes.
And Powell's comments are always about we're gonna pump interest rates a bit to drive down inflation. That's what's happening here, and we're seeing that.
We are
seeing equipment prices come down a bit. Yes, interest rates are up a little bit. However, there are better deals right now than there were a couple of years ago because equipment prices have come down.
One other quick stat. In another emerging field that we're getting into is medical equipment financing.
Yep.
And let me tell you something. In 2021, there was a total of $149 billion lent for medical equipment financing.
Yep.
Statistically, there is predicting by the year 2030 for that to more than double or almost double at $275 billion. So we know these markets are good. Yep. We're getting record reports of record originations, record volume closing, distribution of funds. Yep. So, look, we all know we're tightening our belts a little bit, but in our industry, I think things are starting to turn around, and maybe that's going to be the tipping point for the rest of the economy.
That's right, and we hear it from the lenders direct.
Yes, we do.
Keeping it moving. In that same vein, we were posed with a really interesting and good question this week, and that question came from Tim Prouty. He is at Atlantic Great Dane in Portland, Maine, where, listen to this, Today is a high of 71 and a low of 58.
I think we had a high of 110 here yesterday, I believe.
That's what we're looking at today.
Oh, brutal.
Tim asked a very good question, though. What makes Champion Equipment Finance different, and what makes you better? Good question, Tim, and thank you for that. The answer is this.
Was it me?
Well, you're part of the.
Well,
you're part
you.
of the
I
reason.
do appreciate that.
The answer is that the devil is in the details, and credit markets are driven by small percentages, and that's where we win, okay? It's a consultative approach to this industry, being able to help D-plus borrowers become B-minus borrowers. B-minus borrowers become A-plus borrowers. Those small differences are worth trillions on a national scale.
Absolutely.
That's where lenders make their money, and that's where we prove our worth. The devil is in the details, and it's our consultative, educational approach to lending, helping borrowers improve their situation and helping them improve their position is where we show our
we thrive,
value.
I would say, too.
No doubt. And that is a great question, and thank you for that. We're forgetting some other things, though.
I think we are. I think
there are other things.
There
that
are
we
some
do
other
well
things
around here.
We're
a bilingual office.
We are a bilingual office. Actually, trilingual, I believe. We are trilingual.
That's right.
So, and again, the two major languages in this country, English and Spanish.
That's correct. Do you know another commercial lender in America with a TV show like this one?
I would hesitate to say no. Or I wouldn't hesitate to say no.
And of course, we are available 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Everyone who does business with us, you'll get our mobile numbers, and please use them. If you have questions, we answer the phone all the time and love talking business.
Talking business.
We're well connected.
Yes.
But for folks who need a little help, we have partners that can help any situation, whether there's been a couple of credit problems or maybe you've had a few bumps in the road. We can help you. We have solutions. So listen, we do a lot of great things, but again, man, that devil is in the details. That's what it's all about. Let's keep this show moving and let's fly into the weekend for an exciting edition of the Sports Report. Wow, the PGA Tour is coming down to the stretch. They're in Chicago this weekend for the BMW Championship. We have reduced the field to, what is it this week?
16,
we're down to,
I believe?
No, we're down to 50. No, we're down to 50.
Oh, I was thinking of the amateur. I was thinking of the amateur.
We'll get to that in a second. Rory McIlroy's playing well. He plays well in these events, not so much in the majors of late. Hey, the Little League World Series. I love watching the kids play baseball.
Who doesn't love watching the kids play baseball?
Can you imagine being a kid and getting to play in this tournament?
Oh,
what
my God.
A joy for
Well,
me.
I got to tell you, I had a couple of teams from my home state of New Jersey actually win it all a couple of times. Todd Frazier was on one from New Jersey, won the whole thing.
What a moment it is for those kids. And you just mentioned it. We've got the U.S. Amateur, which is an incredible event. It's match play, going head-to-head. I heard something interesting here. Only 3 players have won the U.S. Amateur, a U.S. Open, and were the NCAA individual champion.
Oh, that excludes me now. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you
I was the JUCO champion.
Yeah, that's right. Only 3 players. Bryson DeChambeau, Tiger Woods, and the greatest of all time, Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan of this event. The Red Bull Flutag is happening on Saturday. Well, weren't you a competitor one year?
Well, yeah, until I fell off the Flutag before it even made it off the stage.
We've got the Corgi races are happening in Washington at Emerald Downs. That's a horse track up there. The Corgis are running.
Corgis are running. The Queen is going to be looking down and smiling. God bless her, the Queen Mother. God bless the Queen Mother. Rest in peace.
And the Women's World Cup is going to finish things up this weekend. Now let's get it. Hey, we're in Dallas.
We are in Dallas.
Let's show a little love to America's team. What you got?
Well, this is the King of Capital talking about Cowboys camp. And my new title. Anyway, very simply put, I just want to touch on 3 things that are very important for all Cowboys fans. One is it looks like, again, Cooper Rush has solidified himself as a solid backup quarterback, which we're going to need absolutely this year. Deuce Vaughn. Daddy got to make the call, who's a scout with who's an integral part of the Cowboys organization. had a wild moment, went totally viral on all of the socials when he got to call his son and ask him if he wanted to come and work with his dad.
Right.
And well, what an emotional moment. And let me tell you something, if you got a glimpse of him, 8 rushes, 50 yards, 1 score. No one can see him. 5'5",
right.
running in between legs.
He's a problem.
Oh my God, he's amazing. And you know what? I think every Cowboy fan was able to just breathe a collective sigh of relief when we signed our all-world, the greatest ever guard, Zach Martin, to a reworked contract,
Welcome
2
back.
years, $36 million.
Yep.
Zach, welcome back.
Welcome back. Hey, and speaking of winners, last week we kicked off a new segment called Max Bets. And Max, if you bet with Max, you were 4-0 and you made some money. So let's go to Max for another...
Studio B.
Studio B. What do you got, Max?
Hey everybody, this is Max Bets. So last week we went 4-0, and I got 4 more for you this week. Super excited for it. So there's 3 games on Saturday, which is the 19th, 1 game on Monday, the 21st. The first game we're doing is going to be the New York Jets, -2.5 versus Tampa Bay. The second game we're doing is, let me check my notes for you real quick. Green Bay, -2.5 versus New England. Belichick does not cover our preseason, so that's what we're running with. Then at night, we're gonna get the juicy +200 UFC. Sean O'Malley's gonna be the champion, he's getting that crown, and we're gonna get some money. Then Monday, we're gonna end it off with a nice, easy Baltimore Ravens money line versus Washington. And that's a wrap. Looking forward to seeing you. Good luck.
Okay, those are
back.
Max's locks. Another great, exciting.
Looking for another great week out of Max
Tell you
Bets.
what, I love this guy's content. He is exciting. Wow, 4-0 last week.
4-0
That's
last week.
Very, very good. And let's not stop. Let's go into the Foodie Focus. I'm going to let you take this one. I know you know all about this one.
I got to tell you, Elvis, last Friday we went off to celebrate one of our coworkers' birthdays. Unfortunately, Elvis wasn't invited. No, he just had other obligations. He could not go.
Happy birthday, Jose.
Happy birthday, Jose. We had an honor of doing something that I thought was a lot of fun. We went to a very high-end restaurant. It's called Perry's Steakhouse here in Dallas. There's, I believe, 3 of them around the Metroplex. I know there's one in Dallas, there's one in South Lake, and one in another location that slips my mind right now. But they have a very special event every Friday for lunch, and they have this thing, this pork chop special.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you can see it right here, oh my God. This thing was amazing. I tell you what, it's $19.
Yeah,
It was the
good
best.
price.
I mean, like you're going to a place that normally charges $60, $70 for a steak. $19 for the whole lunch. I mean, you're getting a
Incredible
pork
value.
chop, beautiful potatoes. This was amazing. The best pork chop I've ever eaten. Actually, it's referred to around the office as the Lord's pork chop. So
No doubt.
get yourself down there and give it a try. You'll love
That's
it.
Get over to Paris. Thank you guys. You guys, and you make good martinis too, from what I hear. Hey,
That's pretty good.
That's all we have.
That's all we
from
have
Dallas,
today.
Texas. Thank you for watching,
And we
everybody.
are-
Hey, you know what they need to do? You need to subscribe.
You need to like us and follow us.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yes,
Thanks for
take
watching.
care. Thank you.